All right, fantastic. All right, so welcome to Mastering Your Mind. This is going to be, we're going to learn how to clear negative emotions, focus your thoughts, and really so that you can achieve your goals at light speed as fast as possible. And I just want to congratulate you. You've made an investment in your mental, your emotional mastery. You're going to learn powerful tools to clear any unconscious baggage that's weighing you down, holding you back. And you're going to be able to get rid of any unwanted feelings right now by getting rid of some stuff in the past. The result of this is you're going to have a clear, focused mind that empowers you to make powerful decisions, get what you want, and lead others more effectively.
Awesome.
Okay. So what you're going to learn how to get this clear and focused mind. You're going to learn what's really been holding you back, what's clouding your thinking, and how to get rid of it, how to eliminate unwanted feelings and behaviors, how to make powerful decisions so that you get what you want and you can lead others. And you're going to learn actual tools. So I'm going to give you hard, tangible tools that you can use to literally clear away this mental fog. And the idea is not to become someone who you're not. The idea is we want to just allow your natural clarity, your confidence, the authentic version of you to shine through.
Mhm.
Now, the idea behind this is there's unresolved past experiences that got recorded in your mind with an intense emotional charge. Could have been positive, could have been negative. And these memories act like distorting lenses, and they get stuck right in front of your face. And it changes how you perceive and react to day-to-day situations. And a lot of times it can make small problems seem like bigger problems. You can perceive threats that aren't there, knee-jerk reactions, behaviors that aren't relevant or helpful to you. And ultimately, it's getting in the way of getting what you want. Like, for example, let's say you had a humiliating experience. Let's say you had an experience, you're in seventh grade and you got rejected. Right? You asked your crush to the dance and she said no. She wanted to go with someone else. And that's a pretty common experience, right? But let's say you never really processed and released that emotion, that feeling. So now as an adult, you get up the nerve, you go to ask someone on a date or you apply for your job, and all of a sudden that 13-year-old version of you remembers what happened, that emotion comes up, and now the 13-year-old version of you is in charge. And you feel that same sinking feeling. Your palms start to sweat, your mind starts racing, you start thinking, who am I kidding? You're going to embarrass yourself, not good enough, just forget it. And then you talk yourself out of taking the risk, showing up and doing the thing that you want. And that old charge, that old behavior gets reinforced. And ultimately, this keeps you stuck in that painful cycle. So can you relate to that experience?
Yeah, I mean, especially like even the example that you brought up, I've gone through that a couple of times, and it's funny when you said it, it was like it happened yesterday when you mentioned it. It's like I guess so it's still embedded somewhere in my mind.
Yep, exactly. And we have these, they're operating under the surface and they trip us up when we least expect it. And the sneaky thing is, the more deeply it's buried in your unconscious, the more power
Hmm.
it has, because we're not even aware that it's happening or why it's happening. All we know is that we just keep getting in our own way, can't break through to the next level, and just keep trying and trying, but not getting anywhere. Sometimes I heard people, a client described it as he was pedaling his bike with uphill, but the bike chain was unlocked. So no matter how hard he pedaled, he just wasn't going anywhere. All right, so that's what we're going to learn in this course. You're going to learn a series of proven targeted tools. We're going to systematically identify and release all of this stuff that's clouding your vision and draining your power, draining your energy. It's going to take the same focus and intentional effort. And sometimes these can be sticky, right? They're sticky, they're entrenched in there. But I promise you, the process works. If you stick with it, if you use the tools layer by layer, the fog is going to lift and your natural clarity, confidence, capability, and like really the most authentic version of you is going to shine through brighter than ever. All right. And you're going to get more emotional. You're going to feel better. You have more equilibrium. You're going to have more focus, more energy, less self-sabotage and resistance. But this kind of becomes a lifelong masterclass in a different way of operating. You're going to learn a new way of relating to your mind and your emotions, and it's going to change the way you think for the rest of your life. And anytime you notice your inner world getting cloudy or your outer world getting weird, you're going to have the tools to quickly recenter yourself and really remember the truth of who you are and what you're capable of. Cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
So let's look at how this course is going to go. So we're going to start by getting a clear model of how your mind works. how it records and stores experiences, information, and how those get reactivated in the present. Then we're going to walk through how to identify the specific things that are most active for you, the ones that are really holding you back and causing you the most pain. And then we'll get into the meat of this. There's 10 charge clearing tools that you're going to use to get rid of emotional static and limiting beliefs, whatever else is in there. And once you get experience with those, once you learn how to use them and you become a master at using them, it'll actually go on autopilot and it'll just become the way you think. So we'll build ways to make this into a lifelong, a daily practice to maintain the state that you're going to build. And then at the end, we'll talk about how to actually use your new mind to make powerful decisions and create the life and relationships that you want. How does that sound?
Yeah, sounds spectacular. Yeah.
Cool. So I want you to just take a moment real quick and set an intention right now for what you would like to get out of the course. What would it feel like for you to have just this clear, powerful mind? What would you do differently? How would you show up more fully? You don't have to say it out loud, but I just want you to plant that intention. And we've already actually started with it, right, with the vision I had you create at the beginning. But I want you to keep coming back to this vision as we move through this material, because that's what's going to motivate you to do the work. Resistance will come up, right? You count on it. And so when resistance comes up, it's having that GPS, that North Star, that driving force, that vision that you're running towards. That's what's going to get you through it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I appreciate you allowing me to be your guide on this. Right? I've been studying this, building these tools for 14 years now, is how long I've been working on this. Wow. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, this is the most life-changing work you'll ever do. So it takes commitment, it takes persistence, but it's absolutely worth it. And you're worth it. And you know that, which is why you're here. Now, by the end of this, you're going to have complete control over your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. Like, you're going to have everything in your mind is going to be within your control. You're going to be able to get rid of unwanted feelings, unwanted behaviors. You're ultimately going to be, instead of reacting, instead of life happening to you, the results, you're just going to be at the cause of them. You'll literally be in the driver's seat of your entire life. You'll be able to communicate with other people at new levels and ultimately get what you want, as long as it's a win-win and it's in everyone's best interest. And as you grow, as you do this, you're going to lead and inspire others to follow your example. Now, why even bother? Like, why bother to do this? Why not just keep doing what you've been doing? Well, like we said, unresolved past experiences, these things get stuck in your mind, and it distorts your perception and it triggers emotions and self-sabotage and behaviors that are not useful, right? There's something in your life that you want that you don't have. Maybe there's things that you have that you don't want. And we want to ultimately get you what you want. So having this mindset will give you the ability to make optimal decisions, attract what you want to you, and lead others by example. And using the tools, you're literally going to clear away the mental fog. And ultimately, like I said, we don't want to make you into someone you're not. The idea is just to make you more of who you really are, the real authentic you, so that you can attract what's aligned and authentic and ultimately get what you want, because that's what life is all about. Ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, awesome.